Oh, you're next.
It was a night soaked in anticipation, one of those matchups whispered about in martial arts circles, scribbled in fantasy forums, imagined in the corners of dojo conversations across the globe. In one corner, the imposing, steely-eyed master of Aikido, Steven Seagal, towering at 6 feet 4 inches, with hands that have snapped limbs like dry twigs in countless films. Seagal carried himself with the cool, unshakable demeanor of a man who's seen real danger, and walked away. In the other, the serene, stoic figure of Mr. Miyagi, the unassuming Okinawan sensei who taught young Daniel LaRusso to wax on, wax off, and more importantly, to fight with balance, both in body and soul. This was never going to be just about fists and feet. It was a clash of philosophies as much as a physical confrontation. Steven Seagal's presence is something you feel before you even see him. A former law enforcement officer, Aikido master, and movie icon, Seagal is a man of method. His fighting style is smooth, efficient, and built on redirecting his opponent's energy. Aikido isn't about brute force. It's about control, movement, timing. And Seagal, he's a maestro of that. Watching him is like watching a river redirect a boulder. Inevitable, fluid, powerful. His strengths, undeniable. He's fast for his size, his joint locks are surgical, and his confidence is unmatched. But that confidence can teeter into arrogance. His tendency to underestimate his opponents, especially the ones who don't come with the flash and muscle, is a crack in his otherwise polished armor. At first glance, Miyagi doesn't intimidate. In fact, he invites comfort. His small frame, kind eyes, and gentle voice disarm even the most suspicious onlooker. But beneath that humble exterior lies a lifetime of disciplined training, real combat experience, and a deep-rooted understanding of balance. Not just in combat, but in life. Where Seagal moves like a tank in silk, Miyagi moves like wind through bamboo. Quiet, invisible until it strikes. His style is Goju-Ryu karate, hard and soft. It's built on the blend of solid strikes and evasive movement. But his greatest strength? Patience. While Seagal charges in with dominance and flair, Miyagi waits, watches, learns. The arena is dead quiet as the two square off. Seagal's stance is relaxed, almost bored. Miyagi bows respectfully, never breaking eye contact. The first move comes from Seagal, predictably. A fluid motion, a step forward, a sweeping hand meant to unbalance. It's fast, but Miyagi is faster. Not in speed, but in clarity. He sidesteps with a grace that seems almost impossible for someone his age. His hand tapping Seagal's arm just enough to redirect the motion past him. The next few exchanges are more intense. Seagal pushes harder, his footwork sharp, his strikes now aimed with more intent. He lands a glancing blow to Miyagi's shoulder, and the audience leans in, thinking the tide may be turning. But Miyagi doesn't flinch. He steps back, breathes. Then, with a sudden burst of movement, he delivers a sharp, precise strike to Seagal's ribs. A clean, focused punch that's more message than damage. Balance. It's around the 5-minute mark that the shift happens. Seagal is sweating, visibly frustrated. Miyagi, still breathing like a man out for an evening walk. The younger, stronger man has thrown more strikes, moved more aggressively, but he's the one running out of steam. Miyagi begins to move forward now. Slowly, purposefully. Each movement is tight, economical. He blocks a wrist, redirects a shoulder, trips a leg. Seagal finds himself on the ground. Just for a moment, but the shock is clear on his face. No one's supposed to throw him. He gets up, but the rhythm is broken. Seagal had strength, reach, and speed, but he fought like a man trying to dominate, trying to prove. Miyagi fought like a man who had nothing to prove, only a truth to demonstrate. Where Seagal imposed his will, Miyagi adapted. Where Seagal struck, Miyagi flowed. And where Seagal sought control, Miyagi found harmony. In the end, the final moment was almost poetic. Seagal lunged. One final, desperate push. Miyagi stepped aside, turned his body with the grace of years lived in discipline, and swept Seagal's legs from beneath him. In one seamless motion, he guided the larger man to the mat and placed a still palm an inch from Seagal's throat. Silence. Then, a nod. Respect. The fight was done. There's a reason why warriors like Miyagi are so rare. Strength fades. Speed slows. But wisdom sharpens with age. Steven Seagal brought fire to the fight. But Miyagi, he brought the calm before the storm, and the storm never saw it coming.